Hey everyone, David Safransky, Financial Revelations Quick Hit. I want to talk to you about the regional bank crisis really quickly because they all got downgraded this week by some of by Moody and the rating agencies. They got downgraded because all of a sudden it occurred to Moody and the rating agencies that, hey, they might be in trouble. Well, we've known this from the beginning of the year because SVB and another bank went bankrupt, had to get taken over and absorbed by other banks. Because what the regional banks did is, a couple of years ago, they bought 10-year government bonds at 1% or less. And now the Fed has raised rates dramatically, and people are looking at their deposits and saying, wait a minute, I'm getting like 0.1% for my savings when I could go out and buy a money market or a government bond at plus 5%. And so they're taking their money out of deposits off the bank's balance sheet, which is a loanable asset, which is how they make money, and they're moving it out to government bonds and money markets. And the regional banks have to sell these government bonds at a loss, losing money, and that's where they get into trouble. That's why they had to go to the government and get bailouts. That's why they had to get bought by bigger banks. So what's the strategy here? The strategy is don't invest in regional banks. I'm not. You shouldn't. I'm helping you right now, so pay attention. It's the big banks. That's what we want. We want the big banks. And why do we want the big banks? Because they've suspended some of their ownership requirements. So after 2008, when they wanted to punish the big banks, Congress said, you can only have so much market share, and that's it. Well, they've suspended all those things because they realize now that the big banks are going to be needed to absorb these smaller banks. The big banks are getting sweetheart deals. The big banks, the big money center banks like JP Morgan and Bank of America, Wells Fargo to some degree, but not as much. But the other big Chase, all these big banks, that's where we want to be if you're going to own the financial system. And I want to own the financial system with some of my money. As always, talk to your financial advisor. Don't put all your money in one place. And don't just take my advice. Take advice that makes sense for you. So this advice might not make sense for you. And I want you to be judicious in how you exercise what we say here because I want you to make money. That's what I want you to do. I am David Safransky, a real American, a true red-blooded patriot, and the voice you can trust.